Aoife, exciting times. Just a short few days now and it'll all be getting played in place now for the All-Ireland final. You looking forward to it?
Definitely, 100%. Yeah, like it was such kind of a relief when the final whistle went on Saturday, just to be back where we wanted to be and just to give ourselves another opportunity and another crack at it.
And I suppose from your own personal perspective, maybe during the league you weren't getting a whole lot of game time, but now in the championship you've really kind of cemented your place in the defence and were a very strong unit in that defence against Armagh.
Yeah, look, I spoke about it there a couple of weeks ago that I wasn't happy with the league performance I had put in personally. But I was able to kind of nip it in the bud and acknowledge that myself, that things weren't going right. And I think I'm thankfully getting the rewards now for that. So please, hope to God it lasts.
And like when you look at, we'll say 12 months ago when you were looking ahead to the 2023 final, you would have been amongst the substitutes that were named in the programme that day, and you know you could be wearing a starter's jersey this time around.
Yeah, definitely a different position to be in. I think this time last year I was probably preparing knowing that I would be amongst the substitutes, whereas this year hopefully I'm preparing to, please God, hold on to that jersey. But there's a good few training sessions left in us, and there are girls knocking on the door and chomping at the bit to get on to that starting 15.
I suppose when you've talked about the league and not being happy with the performance that you had, what would you have done in your own training to be able now to fight for that starter's jersey and be able to take it at the moment?
It was definitely a case of being more mentally present at training, because I think you can physically show up, but mentally being there is a completely different thing, and definitely like being more intense at training and pushing those girls that I'm marking at training, and being kind of a bit nastier at training and stuff like that has definitely helped.
Because you are one of the younger members of the panel as well, someone who's been here over the last few years, and like when you're, I suppose, a defender, you're coming up against some of the most potent forwards in the business in this Kerry team.
That's the thing, and I think it's such a privilege to come and train in this team, because like as a defender, as you said, like look at the backs that I'm marking 3 times a week, is like Louise Niver-Hertig, Hannah O'Donoghue, Emma Deneen, Danielle O'Leary, the list goes on, Shifa O'Shea, like Katie Brosnan. I'm missing girls now, but those are the kind of girls that we're marking week in, week out. So then when we do come up against the likes of Armagh, Meath, the Galways, the Dublins, we're ready for those forwards that they have, because we have equally as good, if not better, forwards down here.
And you clearly showed that the last day, even against Meath. Meath were coming down with firepower, and you held your own that day. Were definitely a contender for player of the match, and even against Armagh the last day, limiting them to 7 scores, 6 from play, was an achievement that no other defence can say they've done this year.
And look, that's definitely a testament to, as I said, the forwards that we have at training. They're pushing us to the pin of our collar every single night at training, and we really have to be on our toes. And like I said, if you don't come to training mentally tuned in, those forwards are going to run rings around you. So got to be tuned in.
How have the panel found the championship? Because winning the Munster was definitely a boost, and you're still unbeaten. I know that Donegal game was probably one that you want to forget, with the way that you only left Ballybuffet with the point that day. But from that, it's been very much an impressive campaign.
It's definitely been a positive championship so far, yeah. And I think the lads have been very honest in that winning Munster was definitely high on our list this year of things that we wanted to do. So once we got over that, we were absolutely delighted. And then it was kind of, that chapter was closed, and then it was all focus was on that Donegal game. And as you said, we were very disappointed. It felt like a loss coming down the road that day. But then I think since then we've picked it back up, and game by game we're getting better. I don't think we've hit our what we can, the potential we have just yet.
Obviously, this is a third successive final appearance now for Kerry. 2 final defeats in a row. What would it mean for the Hooter to sound on All-Ireland final day, and for Kerry to finally bring home the Brendan Martin after 31 long years?
Oh, I can't even put it into words what it would mean to this group and the management and everything. But definitely this year I think we're not thinking about that final hooter just yet. Like, definitely before training today, the only thing that we were thinking about was training today. Now the only thing we're thinking about next is training on Friday, and I think that's a different kind of mindset that we're bringing into this year. Is that, yeah, it's a final, but it's there's 60 minutes of football to be played first.